Hurry up and get in here, grab your henny and your popcorn because Adin and Blueface, this beef has kicked up a notch because Adin is now suing Blue. Child, let's pour it up. It's no secret that Blueface didn't agree with the outcome of his match against Chibu, and he made that very clear to Adin from the jump.
Blue, you fought amazing, bro. First time at heavyweight. I give you your props. Can we get you back in here, bro? Can we see you back in brand risk?
You know damn well you ain't gonna lose your own money on your own fight card. I definitely wouldn't score that in a unanimous decision. I give it 4-2, but hey, shout out to brand risk.
Shout out to brand risk. And Blue, if you do get back on brand risk, do you want a rematch or who do you want to fight?
I probably won't get back on brand risk because you tampering with the bets.
Never that. Never that. I don't know what he's talking about.
And Adin, he wasn't feeling that comment that Blueface made neither. Did y'all catch when Adin shooed him away and then turned his back on Blueface?
You tampering with the bets.
Never that. Never that. I don't know what he's talking about.
And if I'm going to be honest with you, it was in this moment that I had a feeling something more was going to come of this, especially after Blue went backstage and he was still carrying on with his theory about Adin rigging the boxing match.
Shout out to Chibu, shout out to Brand Risk, shout out to Adin. I'll definitely never fight on Brand Risk again. Just based on Adin's business skills. Oh, Adin, my bad, Adin.
And naturally, Adin clapped back because this is tampering with his name, his reputation, and his business.
Just say Blueface. Well, again, Blue, I know you're upset you lost. I understand. And I give you your props for getting in the ring. And it was very tough to get you an opponent. But again, for you to shit on and say it's rigged because Adin had money up and whatnot, bro, I bet $10,000 with academics. I'm not sitting here betting on Rainbet. I bet, 20 bands with Act and whatnot. I have no control. I have no control over what happened. And Blue, to be honest with you, bro, there was a moment where you got chopped in the corner and you almost the ref almost went like this and TKO'd it because you weren't defending yourself. And for everybody online trying to shit on Chibu saying Chibu's 70 pounds higher than him, he accepted the fight. These fighters know their terms. And Blue said, if it's not 6 rounds, I'm not fighting.
It's a whole fact that this was Blueface's team's decision for it to be a 6-round match. And Wack and Blue's trainer admitted this during the press conference where Chibu and Wack was going back and forth. Chibu called them out for this, and Wack admitted that these were their terms of agreement. But of course, it came after he tried to do what he always does, which is spin and control the narrative.
The fact that you let Adin and Jordan set you up in them 6 rounds lets me know they really don't like you.
And there's the spin before the correction.
He wanted the 6 rounds.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy?
He did.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy?
Chibu agreed to the 6 rounds.
You want to know the craziest thing? You the one who said that Blueface is not going to fight me if it's not 6 rounds. That tells me y'all scared.
No, bro,
that's all it. And he said 2 minutes.
Listen, Blue never said that.
That was you, pussy nigga.
That was our trainer. That's our trainer. And that was me following my trainer's lead.
Regardless to whose lead it was to say this was a term of agreement. And even academics had to acknowledge that this was something that Blue's side had put into play and that they were in control of all of this.
According to Wack 100, that was a compromise after they swapped out another fighter, which would have been, what's my man's name? Ruga. And they said, hey, you could fight Chibu. And Wack or you said, well, this guy's 285 pounds. He's heavier. We'll only do it if we do 6 rounds. So all of these things is you being the A side controlling it.
Now that that's been addressed, let's get into what happened after Adin addressed Blueface's claims of the fight being rigged.
Adin is overly selling his decision-making skills, which is ultimately, obviously he's receiving the flack. That's why he cares to over-explain himself. I'm all of a sudden banned from Brand Risk, even though I said I would never fight on Brand Risk again, so that should let you know.
That's what he said.
I guess.
Fast forward just a little bit, and Adin came to his Kick Live and let everybody know that there was going to be some legal actions that were coming behind Blueface's allegations of the fight being rigged. Or at least that's how we all interpreted it.
Everything is smooth except one thing. One thing. And you guys will hear about it. Some legal shit. Always some legal shit. Just know I'm not a bad guy. I'm not. Just say it. I even loved how Paul Miller defended me. Like, Gypsy hates my kind, and he defended me. Yeah, you guys know what it's about. Taking it very seriously because I need to make examples out of people that do this like finesse shit. Like straight up, it's cringe, it's corny, and you'll be hearing and seeing it all. So it's really funny because when you guys hear about how it could have been like solved and it wasn't because egos and like, you'll see. That's all. When you guys see it, you're just going to laugh and be like, that's hilarious.
If you're wondering what Blueface had to do, it was quite simple. According to Adin Ross's tweet, all he had to do was say something like it wasn't rigged. Florida State Athletics Commission doesn't rig their fights. He could have kept his ego, tough street guy act and said, "Look, Adin, we're never working with brand risk again. I gave him 72 hours to fix this. He didn't. Blue, for future business, do not sign a contract agreeing to deliverables and not follow through. You're the first fighter in brand risk history I've ever struggled paying." Blueface, Wack, and his mama did not bother to respond to Adin when he made the first video, letting it be known that there was a possibility of legal actions being taken. And so Adin did what he was supposed to do and slapped the lawsuit down.
There's actual contractual obligation that he didn't follow, so he breached. He was supposed to wear a rain patch on his shorts. He didn't. And he's going to have to pay $100,000 for that. He breached another confidential, like he can't speak about anything, money, how much he got paid or whatnot. And we asked him to retract his statements, and he didn't. We gave him some time. We didn't want to do it. Now we're going to do it. So, yeah, we tried. We tried working with him and Wack, and they weren't really fucking with it, and they didn't want to work with us. So, sucks. But yeah, we tried. I literally wanted to pay him multiple times. You could ask Ack. Every fighter got paid after brand risk. Every fighter. Everybody's paid except him. Why? Because you can't go around saying that shit's rigged, and you can't not wear a rainbat patch on your shorts when you contractually sign an obligation. And yeah, you can't talk about how much you're paying or being paid. So yeah, it sucks because he is probably one of the worst people to ever work with when it comes to business ever. And yeah, it sucks.
I have to say, I do not recall Blueface giving the exact number of how much he made from brand risk, but I do know that he did give an estimate. So I don't know if that's actually talking about what he made or not, but he never really gave anyone an exact number.
How much did I make on the fight? Oh, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 300,000. I'll let you guess from there.
But now that a lawsuit has been threatened publicly, you already know Blueface, Karlissa, and Wack have all come out speaking and swinging in Blue's defense. In a tweet, Blueface said, "Never said how much I was paid." That's true. The excuses are becoming evident. Was never contracted to wear a patch, and even if I was fined $100K, that's not even half of what's owed. Talking about retract my statement. Why would I do that if I was never compensated? Further proving my point, this was bad business from the opponent changing a week before the fight, and my original opponent was still on the event. Look, listen, now these tweets might be out of context because so much was going on at one time, but we gonna read what Adin had to say in his tweet to Blueface. Adin says, "You're so unintelligent. All you had to do was retract what you said about shit being rigged, and you would have been paid in full. Take some accountability like a grown man you are. You lost. You breached your contract that you signed. Take some accountability like a grown man you are. You lost. You breached your contract that you signed. That's nobody's fault but you. Do not sign and agree to a contract if you're going to breach out. That's how the law works, dummy. Everyone else got paid out quick but you because you breached. All you had to do was drop the tough guy act, retract what you said about shit being rigged, and you would have been paid in full." And Blueface, he responded saying, "Looking for a way out to pay is not a good look. I'ma get mine regardless. Now, Twitter is not the only place that Blueface took his wrath and his rage, because he took to his IG story post and posted about that time that Adin and Drake, they got sued. And in his story post, Blueface brought up the class action lawsuit that was brought against Drake and Adin Ross for illegal gambling promotions. For illegal gambling promotion, I'm not really sure how that ties into this, because this was about a gambling app, but it's him saying there's some shady business with gambling and Adin in the past. Now, the only thing that I was looking at that Blueface posted was this right here, because this is his proof that Adin was betting on the fight between Chibu and Blueface. But this clip doesn't give you the full story. But I am.
Who you got? Blueface?
I got
or
Chibu.
Chibu?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Let's bet, nigga. Like,
Wait, let's put a 10 on it.
you got 10 bands? So you got 10 bands on Chibu.
10 bands on Chibu lock.
Yes,
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
locked.
I mean, the bet was placed, but Adin wasn't the one that initiated the bet. Academics initiated the bet between him and Adin on Blueface and Chibu.
Adin, I might have to go pick it up in cash.
I want to put another thing in there. If I win, you have to quit Hennessy. You have to quit alcohol for a month.
And while Adin agreed to the 10K, it was Academics that upped the pot to 20K while on live stream with Adin, Blueface, and Chibu.
Adin,
What?
I want to up the bet to 20 bands.
Let's do it right now.
All for this conversation.
Let's do it.
I already know.
So again, it was Academics that increased the bet, and Adin, he placed it right there in front of Blue. But now let's look at the clip that Blueface posted with the sound on.
Okay. All right. So we've upped it. It's a 20, just to be clear, it's a 20K bet with me and Adin. I have
I'm
Blue.
giving you half this, Chibu. I'm giving you half this, Chibu. So win this shit for us, bro.
Yo.
I'm giving you half of that.
Okay.
And I could say that this would be something that Blueface is probably leaning on as the reason as to why he feels Adin rigged the fight. But the same offer was offered to him by Academics. And I mean, it wasn't for half, but it was for 10K.
Let's go.
I might just say you 10. Like, I got, like, you knock this nigga, you knock him out, I say you 10, gang.
Now, I'm staying neutral in this situation, but we're calling spades spades and things things, right? So you can't give half the story only because that portion of the story fits a narrative. Just like Adin can't say that Blueface disclosed how much he got paid when he didn't. But Blueface didn't stop there, because he even brought up Adin sitting on his live stream, showing people how much money he made through his kick and saying that he's breaching his own contract. Now, some people are saying that Blueface is just trolling Adin, while others are saying that Blue is creating and spinning narratives and that this has nothing to do with him allegedly breaching his contract. Because what Adin made on Kick has nothing to do with the brand right contract. But y'all let me know what you think.
Bro, look at this shit, chat. $153,000 from brand risk stream for 4 hours. Insane.
Now, that may not been strong enough to hold Blueface's side of his case up, but he did go on, him and Wack, went on to talk about how DDG and Adin were talking about a $180,000 bet on Chibu and Blueface.
It's like 180 right now.
Let's bet 180,000. I got Chibu, you got Blueface tonight. Because I know you got to go with Blue and I got to go with Chibu.
180,000?
Yes. You know you got that new steak deal. You could do it.
But this doesn't really say that they made a bet. It just shows two people laughing and joking and talking about a bet, but the bet was never placed. So I don't know if y'all are picking up on this and saying this is proof, but y'all let me know what y'all think. We'll get back to another story post from Blueface in a minute. But you know, can't nobody say nothing about or to Blueface without Karlissa jumping in and chiming in on the events that are going on. Karlissa took to her IG story post and said, "Jonathan, God will pay you for standing on business. I'm about to tell him right now, they will pay you tenfold for trying to get you to fold. Funk that dirty money." And then she said, "At Blueface, baby, I got 300K you can have. Don't sweat, son." Child, not her offering him 300K when everybody is talking about how this man is in debt. I'm quite sure that he was frowning on this post, Karlissa. You got to think before you start typing. And y'all remember how I said Wack 100 jumped into this? Well, child, you're going to have to pause and read these text messages because Wack has begun accusing Adin Ross of making sexual advances at him and wanting to sleep with him because of this series of text messages. Child, I can't make this up even if I wanted to. I don't think my imagination and my creativity is that long. But from what I read of these, talking about we need to kiss and make up, it wasn't saying come here and give me a kiss. It was like, let's kiss and make up. Let's hug and kiss and make up. But Wack is turning this into some type of sexual harassment. And I see the play that they getting ready to play. So Adin, they getting ready to come after you and hit you with some type of sexual harassment lawsuit. Can't y'all smell it coming around the corner? Because I think Adin was just trolling Wack. And I really don't think that Adin was making a pass at him. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, why would Adin wait until now? And the other thing is, where is the date and the timestamps on any of this? And how do we even know that these messages came from Adin? I guess we're going to have to just wait to see if Adin starts showing his text messages too and shows us whether or not he really got this. Because I don't see Adin's name up there. I see academics. And I guess that's who it was sent to and forwarded so that academics could run the content. Because you know they all in this together. One band, one sound. Even though academics is allegedly cool with both of them, I think we all know that Ack is going to do whatever Wack asks him to do. Just like Vlad and somewhat Adam. Because Adam doesn't really always adhere to Wack's demands, nor does Adam always believe Wack. But that's another topic for another video. Let's just focus and stay at the task at hand. Now, I see where there's some flaws from Adin's side, and I see where there's some flaws from Wack and Blueface's side as well, because everybody is trying to get their story out there. But you see, if anyone is story producing and spinning a narrative, it's all going to come clean in the wash. And eventually, the truth will come to the light, be it online or in a court of law. At some point in time, we're going to find out who said what to who and when, where, and why. And of course, once Wack put this out, Karlissa took back to her story post and said, at POTUS, at MAGA, they playing with my son at Blueface, baby, because they won't wear the rainbow shit. And they trying to have smacks with his manager at Wack 100 to convert him. Jesus, they playing with at Karlissa Angelic again. Now, Karlissa, how they playing with you? Please explain it to us. I mean, are you saying this because you're his mama that they're playing with you? Because this is between Blueface and Wack and Adin and whoever Adin's business partners are. You got to stop stepping in his business because he's a grown-ass man. Now, remember when I said there was another part to Blueface's story post that he had put up that I was going to get to? Well, he posted Adam 22 talking about the time after he boxed on Adin Ross's stream back in January against Jason Love, and how Adam was talking about they was being funny with paying him. But that was through Rainbright, not Adin himself. So it's getting a little confusing as to who you accusing of rigging and not paying and all of that, because all you said is you're rigging bets. And that kind of falls back on the Florida Commission because the judges were the one that called it and called it unanimous. And it kind of looks like, were you talking about Rainbright, or was you talking, or however you say the name, I might be saying it wrong, child, or were you just exclusively talking about Adin Ross, even though that's what Wack is trying to say? I mean, it's kind of up in the air. But enough of me jibber jabbering. Let me let this Adam 22 clip play for y'all with sound instead of y'all just watching it in the background on repeat.
Bet at one point wasn't sure if they wanted to pay me the full purse. I'm going back and forth with them. I'm like, hey, you guys gonna send the crypto, whatever? They respond after a couple hours. They're like, hey, we're sending half, but we're currently reviewing the contract to decide if we feel like we are obligated to pay you the other half. So I'm looking at my phone like, what the?
Again, I don't know how this lines up with Blueface's argument because he's talking about being paid by Rainbright, whatever their name is. Sorry, no disrespect. Not actually being paid from brand risk or Adin. And before we go, I have to play for y'all what Wack 100 had to say on his IG Reels.
Sorry I had to come to this, but 100 So YouTube channel, the truth about Adin Ross and the boxing match, right? And his sexual advances at people. Hate to say it, but he tried his bully tactics, and I guess he thought we was going to go street, and we kept it corporate. Adin, nothing in the contract supports what you talking about. We'll play the long game. But I want you to tell the people on how you tried to use your Jewish ties for whatever reason, as if I had a problem with you being Jewish, and how you continue to make sexual advances at me. Just the other day, after I asked you time and time again, can you please respect that I'm a straight man? You know we got the content. Yeah, we got the content. 9:15, we up.
I don't know Adin personally to say whether or not he really was making passes at Wack, but I just don't see that. I think Adin was trolling Wack, and Wack is spinning it to make it something else, but I don't know. Who knows? We won't know until Adin responds. But Wack did go live on his YouTube, and I am going to do a video on that. But for now, we're going to close out this video and just say, let the truth prevail, and may the odds forever be in everyone's favor. That's going to do it for this video, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can, and I'll see y'all in the next spill. Peace, y'all.